welcome to our Facebook Live. It is Monday, August the 11th, and I'm so happy you're with me. And do me a favor, in the comment section, tell me who you are, where you're from, because I have people from all over the world that tune in here, and good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. But please hop in, tell me where you're from. And also, our link to the Common Sense Parenting with Pam Facebook group is there. We're up to 1,300 members and growing. We'd love to have you. It's a free class, a free group, but you have to answer all 4 questions. If you don't answer all 4, I'm automatically declining you. Not to be mean, I just don't have time to go back and keep messaging people to say, hey, please answer all 4 questions. Anyway, all right, so before we dive in today to our topic is, what do you do when you've tried everything and nothing works when it comes to behavior for your children? Now, I don't know if any of you have ever had that problem, but I can remember I did sometimes, right? You try something and it doesn't work and you get frustrated, and then you try something else with your children because you heard about it from a friend and it worked for her children, and you try it and it doesn't work, or it does. Maybe miraculously it does, and you're excited about it, and that's awesome. And that's what we're going to talk about today is some strategies that you can use to manage children's behaviors, ways you can get this to work if what you've been doing in the past is not working, reasons why maybe it isn't working, and a 3-step reset method to get you back on track. Okay? Before we dive in, I want to tell you I did a reel like 3 days ago about the foundational skills, 10 foundational skills every child needs for success in life. And I'm going to start doing reels on those. And the first one is going to be on accountability, teaching your children how to be accountable. So I'm going to teach you how to teach your children how to be accountable. And I asked people to put a yes in the comment section if they were interested, and I'm going to tell you to do the same. Put yes in the comment section. And I had so far almost 2,400 people that said yes, 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 please. It's parents, it's grandparents, it's teachers. Like, help. We need help on this. So I'm really excited. So what I'll do is for 10 reels, I'll do 10 reels on accountability. And then at the end of each section, I'm going to create a mini guide that you can purchase or not. That's entirely up to you. That you can download into your phone for more information on that specific character trait that I'm going to teach. Okay, let's dive in for today. Here's what I hear a lot from followers. A couple things. I hear, oh, thank you for the advice you're giving us and strategies you're giving me. They're really working for my children. Or I hear, hey, I tried that. It didn't work. I'm at a loss. Okay, keep this in mind. Every family is different. Children in the same family can be different. What works for one may not work for another. That's why it's so important that you have what I always call the parenting toolkit. You have that tool belt with all these different strategies and techniques that you can use. Because, you don't necessarily need a hammer to do the job of a saw, right? So you have to have different tools that you can pull out as needed. And every situation's different, and you can use them effectively. Okay, so here's what I find happens a lot. People go, I tried it and it didn't work. Well, when you dig a little deeper, they're like, well, I did it for like 3 days and it didn't work and I just gave up. Okay, well, that's problem number 1. Remember I talked about reasons why things may not be working for you. Number 1, you tried it 3 days, didn't work, just started it. Okay, the other one is you change your plan too soon, or you try to do too many at one time. So you're like, oh, I'll try this strategy and this strategy and this strategy. We'll see which one sticks. It's like throwing spaghetti against the wall and see what sticks. We'll have to see which one sticks. And then it just gets a mess because the spaghetti falls off the wall and you're like, oh, that didn't work. Now what do? I'll try another new one, right? No, not good. And keep in mind here, what we're trying to do is change behaviors in a positive way. That takes time. That is a process. That is not something you're going to do in 3 days. So brace yourself. You have to put a little work in here, but the payout is going to be so worth it, okay? So here's common mistakes. Switching tactics too quickly, not being consistent, number 1, and staying in long enough, staying in the game long enough, then switching tactics. That didn't work. I tried it for a couple of days. I'll try this. Oh, that doesn't work. I'll try this. And let's get real here. There are so many people out there doing what I do. Talk about parenting, giving you information, advice, strategies, all over social media. You can Google it, YouTube, whatever. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. We didn't have social media when I was growing up or when I was raising my children. Thank goodness. I'm really happy we didn't. But my point is, weed out what works for your family. You might not agree with what I say, and that's perfectly fine. I'm cool with that. I am totally cool. I'm very neutral. You don't have to agree with me. But if it's something you think might work, give it a try. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't, find another one. Okay? And I preach this all the time. You have to be consistent with your children every single time. And if you back down even one time, I always say it's the kiss of death. And I'm not kidding here. That sounds so melodramatic. But I'm serious, because what now they have learned is that they just need to be a little more persistent with you, because you caved. You backed down. You backed it up and said, well, yeah, no, oh, it's okay. Yeah, okay. Boom, done. You've taught them now to be persistent, whine, beg, plead, whatever they do. And then what do you think they're going to do moving forward? Because that's what you taught them, okay? So it has to be consistent, and you have to stick with the plan. You can't waffle off of it. If you say something, say what you mean what you say. I think I'm going to get that tattooed on my wrist somewhere. Seriously. It's so, so important. Okay. And, stop trying different strategies, too many at one time, but also this can get challenging, because this is new for you too, maybe as a parent, right? You're going to try something you've not done before, and you might get a little overwhelmed, or it backfires because it's not working for your family, and then you get all frustrated. You get frustrated, you start to yell, and now you're emotionally involved. Back that up. Stay calm, stay cool. You're in charge. You're the parent. Deep breaths. Okay? So let's dig into this. Hey, I don't know how to say your name. Rana from Bangladesh. Hello. Thanks for joining in. It's good to have you. Okay. So let me get a drink of tea, because for some reason I'm choking. Okay. 3-step reset. Number 1, you're going to pick one strategy. And I'm going to review these shortly. But I'm also, at the end of this, going to put a link to a free download that's going to go over 6 different strategies for behavior management and 14 different examples. So you have it right in front of you, and you can pick and choose which one you want to try. Okay? But number 1, you pick the behavior, the 1, not 2, 1. Now let me just tell you, today was my first day of sugar detox. So bear with me here. This is going to tie in. I'm addicted to sweet teas. I love sweet teas. And I live in the South. There's sweet tea all the time. Sometimes I get half cut, which is half sweet, half unsweet. But I love teas. I don't smoke, drink, or do drugs. I love my tea and chocolate. But I need to back off on it. It's not healthy for me, and I know it. I've made excuses, right? But then I decided, no, I need to do a detox. For me, it takes like 3 days, and I'll have a little bit of headache, I'll have a little bit of nausea maybe, and I'll just be irritable because I'm getting all that toxin out of my body. However, this morning, I normally have iced tea first thing in the morning after I go to the gym, and I get an iced tea after, which I know makes no sense. However, I did not have tea today, but there was a piece of chocolate cake left over for my grandson's birthday, and I ate it. Because I'm doing one thing at a time. I'm going to eliminate the iced teas. Then I'll go on to the next thing. So see how that ties in? That's what I'm telling you. One thing at a time. Okay? And you have to commit for 2 weeks without stopping it. So don't in the middle of go like 8 days and go, okay, yeah, that's not working. No. Stay with it, because your children are going to push back at you, because this is going to be new to them. They're going to see how they can manipulate it or get around it, or whine or cry or throw a fit or tantrum or whatever they do, to not have to do what you expect them to do. Okay, so you have to commit for 2 weeks. So that being said, don't start this if you're going to go on a vacation next week, because you're going to do it for a couple of days and you're taking off to go on vacation. And we all know nothing applies when you're on vacation. Everything goes a little wonky, right? So keep that in mind. Excuse me. And then you're going to track your results. Simple. Get a piece of paper. Put the date, put what it was you did, what consequence, what strategy you started with. Date it. And if you have more than one child, for each child you're going to do this. It doesn't take long. You can do it on your phone if you want to do it on your phone, okay? And just say, I tried plain ignoring. It worked, it didn't work. That's it. Like, what was the situation fast? That way you can track it. Now remember, you're going to give it 2 weeks. So you're going to track it every day, because for the first 8 days you may see nothing. And then all of a sudden it's like, now they've got it. And now you've got it. You're more confident with it. Okay, so track it. It's really important you do that. I know it seems time consuming. It doesn't have to be anything really in depth, but please track it. That's going to make a difference. So you're going to start with a strategy. And I'm going to go over some of these with you right now. It's just probably going to go over today a little bit, but I want to make sure I'm getting some of these in, and I'm not going over all 6 of them with you. I will tell you what the 6 are, and I'm going to give you examples of a couple. There's positive reinforcement, which I talk about all the time, right? That's praising when they're doing something you want them to do. So when you see them, like the other day, my grandson shared with his sister, and I looked at him, I said, you know what, that was so kind that you shared that with your sister. And his face lit up. Okay? Catch them when they're doing things appropriate. So that's one of the positive reinforcement. Delayed response and redirection. I talk about redirection all the time. I talk about planned ignoring, which is one of the strategies, which is, say your child's whining. I'm hungry, and you're busy making dinner. You ignore that whining. Now, let me just tell you, whining is one of my things that, it's like fingernails on chalkboard. Makes me crazy when kids whine. Don't like it at all. But ignore that. Ignore it. Take deep breaths. Ignore it. The minute they stop, that's when you come back with the positive. You say, you know what? Thank you for waiting so patiently. Because once they've stopped, now you don't say, oh, thank goodness you quit whining because you know you were getting on my nerves. None of that. You just say, oh, thank you for waiting patiently. Dinner will be ready in 5 minutes. Okay? That's a no. So delayed reaction and response. Structuring routines. I've talked about this over and over. Having those morning routines, those checklists, those charts for before school, after school, bedtime. Have those charts. Kids know what to do. You don't have to keep telling them. You point. That's their responsibility. And it's also teaching them responsibility and independence. 2 great skills you want your children to have. Okay? And it's clear. They know what's expected of them. Calm down and emotional regulation. And emotional regulation, self-control is one of the foundational skills we're going to be talking about. But again, we've talked about all of these things before. They're all common sense. A calm corner, a calm space, right? Teaching children that if they're feeling dysregulated or upset, they can go over to the calm corner. They can sit down and chill for a little bit until they're feeling calm to come over and have a discussion, right? This is all simple stuff. Okay. Consistent consequences. Oh, I love natural consequences, which is one of them. You tell your child, it's going to rain today. Take an umbrella. I don't need an umbrella. Then it rains and they get wet. Oh, well. Natural consequences. You don't run to school and take an umbrella. Let them get wet. They'll live. I went out and played in the rain with my grandson the other day, and guess what? We all survived, right? So consistent consequences. Consistent being the key here. And then self-responsibility. Okay? It's like problem solving. The if-then, your child's throwing the ball in the house, and you say, you don't give them the 1, 2, 3 warning stuff. I'm not about that. If you want to do that, you go for it, not me. If you continue to throw that ball, could you say you need to stop throwing the ball in the house, please? And then, so you tell them what you expect. If you continue, I'm taking the ball away from you. And that's it. You don't say anymore. They throw the ball again. You can just walk over and take it and put it away. That's it. No discussions, no analyzing, no asking how they feel about it. You told them what you expected and what the consequences were going to be. They chose to continue doing it. Then boom. If they stop throwing the ball, then you praise them for, oh, thank you. Thank you for following the rules and putting the ball down. I appreciate that. Boom, done. Okay? None of this is tough. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put in the link where you can download. Let me see who's hopped on here. I've been so busy yakking, I haven't been paying attention over here. Hi, Michelle, Sharon. Good to see you. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to type in the comment section the link for this download that is behavior management cheat sheet or strategies. Hang on. I have no idea why I'm coughing all of a sudden. My throat's catching. Anyway, okay. And so what this will do is go over the 6 strategies I just explained to you, rapid fire, and then 14 different scenarios, and actually like what to say. And so this should help you when you're deciding which one you want to choose. And remember, choose one. You're only going to start with one. Okay? Let me see if I put the link in here, if it's working before we hang up here. I think it should have popped to the top of the screen. Yep, there it is. Okay. It says Stand Store Behavior Management. Click on that. It's 3 pages. Download it. It's very self-explanatory. It should be easy for you to use. And if you have any questions on it, you can feel free to put them in here in the comment section, or, find me on Facebook or Messenger, and I'll answer what I can, okay? But this can be done. Remember, pick one, stay with it for 2 weeks, track it. See what happens. If it's successful, continue it, and you can add another one in if you want. Because, remember, more than one tool in your parenting toolkit. You need to have a bunch of things in that sucker, okay? All right, so until next week, remember, hug and love your babies. Bye, y'all.